was good. No, that was a good one.
You gotta swing for the bleachers.
See, I could just sell this dude, right?
Oh, that's a Mandalorian Deadeye.
You could sell. Yeah, you could sell him to You can go to any shipyard and sell your prisoners. They do not go for much.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah.
I'd rather recruit this dude. I mean,
The
what
going
I'd
rate-
really rather recruit is this rad Mandalorian Deadeye. Look at
Okay,
this
so
dude.
here's the thing. I have my current character, Friendly Ben, has that armor,
That
and
armor's
it's
great.
super good. It does it's got like 60 armor for an total, and it looks rad. And I've also got one of those black visors, so it looks like I'm a
Who's the Hutt in charge of Tatooine?
Jabba. No.
No, because he's on Nal Hutta, right? Or not Nal Hutta. He's on. Okay,
No,
yeah,
that's
it
Jabba.
is. It is Jabba. Okay, that's good, Jabba.
So
I think they're all where they're supposed to be canonically.
Should I
Most
become a Huttian commander? I should, right?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Will you then give us missions and stuff?
Right.
When you pledge to them, they will often give you a planet.
That's my hope. Yep.
Yeah.
Planets of
Oh,
Rory.
yeah.
The planet of Rory.
Yeah.
And all nearby
That'll
facilities.
increase your weekly.
Like
thing.
hey,
Oh,
right.
now we really don't like Nidzubeck.
Or
No, they
he
just
doesn't
really
like us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
So
is
that's
he? Who
that's
is
another one of the
Nidzubeck?
interesting things, Jack. I don't think we went into it. Basically, everyone in this game that has a name has their own own specific influence with you, and
Okay.
they're all tied to each other. And if two characters know each other, and you do one thing that affects that, oftentimes it will affect the other person as well, or several other people.
So why does Nidzubeck not like us? Because he wanted the planet that he wanted Rory.
Let's see who that guy is.
Rory, it's just south
Yeah, I see.
west
It's
of
right
Gaul.
here. Yeah. I'm gonna actually have to go
pretty
back
tiny
up to
planet.
Gamorre really quick first. But
So what's the
wanna-
benefit of owning a planet?
what was that guy's name again? The guy who doesn't like us anymore?
You get
Nidzubeck.
Nizu. The benefit of having a
This
planet.
guy. I've saved this guy before. Or I didn't save him, but I helped him kill those Tusken Raiders
He's
earlier.
fumbling against you.
Yeah, well, he can fucking.
He's the
grumble.
commander. He's another commander.
Yeah.
Oh, he's our rival commander.
Yeah, he's a
Okay, that
rival
makes sense.
commander. Exactly.
So the benefit of having a planet is you get basically taxes from them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it is a way of having a sustainable income. So what's your cash sitch right now?
Still really bad. I should start
Really?
recruiting people, but it's still terrible.
Yeah, that's like
I have,
that's kind of like the biggest step is going, okay, I just started. I started with 500 gold.
Right.
I'm going to use credits. I'm going to use all of that to recruit people.
Right, I just recruited 3, presumably Gamorreans from this Gamorrean moon.
They oftentimes are just humans.
Well,
They're just humans that are Hutt
Right.
loyalists.
there we go. All right, delivered a message to Rogua. Okay, peace. All right, so I'm gonna go
Does he
check
have
out. Yeah,
You task for him
I could do tasks for him, couldn't I?
because they give you like 30 days, and a day lasts like
Forever.
20 minutes. Yeah,
I
or
don't
yeah,
know if
or
I can go collect. Yeah, I'll collect your fucking taxes. Ugh, where is that place?
you get 2 really boring ones in a row.
I
What
did.
place is it?
Ziost? That
I
could be anywhere.
It should be nearby.
Because the Hutt cartel is
Or
mostly.
if you click on it in the quest, it'll say what major
Yeah.
planet it's to.
I'll just show on map here.
Time? Oh yeah,
Up.
that's a button I did not notice.
Yeah, it's useful. It's really
Who the
far.
Hutt
It's
cartel
literally
largely-
all the way up to the top. Christ. Okay.
You have
Who are
30
they
days to
largely-
do.
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading there now, and then I'll bounce. What? Whoa.
Oh, you just
Why
got
are
to
we so
attack.
short?
Okay, I'm gonna land on. Yeah, I think I was sitting. Okay, this
Can
is-
you pause it for a second?
No. Yes. Oh, I retreated. That's not what I meant to do at all. What?
Oh, God damn.
What were you gonna say?
I mean, it just started over.
Yeah.
So here's a thing that I started using was using F
to
keys
stop them. Yeah.
to keep them
With
basically
you?
to keep them halted in place while you go and swoop around them, and then as they advance towards you, your guys take aim while they advance.
Right. I'm gonna move my guys actually up to here first, up to this hill.
Yeah, that's a good
seems
idea.
Safer. Where are they?
Yeah.
Also, I don't see them.
They should be kind of straight from where you are, like coming from those trees up
I
ahead.
see them. I see them now.
Yeah. And then have them like, I think it's F9 is stand apart, like hold this and then have them like.
Right. Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice. They're not really
Now,
spreading apart, but
while you go fuck with them with your thing and take them out slowly and do damage, your guys will be able to kind of
so
shoot
far
them.
away. I'm gonna wait until they're a little bit closer because
Yeah. Well,
maybe I'll move my
they
guys to here too.
they pace like faster than you would think.
Yeah. Okay. Follow me.
You guys are already shooting at them.
Yeah, they are. You're right. Okay. It's so far though. How are they ever gonna hit anything?
Trust me. Yeah. Well, but here's the thing: they outnumber you 17 to 7.
This is true.
Yeah. And so I kind of like to try to split them apart. Oh, nice. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Good hit. Strong hit.
So unlike Destiny, hitting people with your bike does do damage.
It definitely does. I really hope that they bring that into Destiny because everybody does it. Like every footage I see of Destiny shows someone slamming their speeder bike into somebody else. There it is. That was a good hit.
Can I tell you how thrilled I was at certain parts of playing that game in ways I never expected to be thrilled?
Like what? Another
I
kill
was-
one of my hut militia. Fuck off.
So one of the things that I did was I was playing matchmaking.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They get up there
I
quick.
should have circled around on this big dude first.
Yeah. So on the moon level of matchmaking, which is amazing, is the level have all their
So that's like
all
the
their
versus. That's like the traditional Halo style.
yeah. And so it's super fun. I played on a map that had no vehicles, and it was fun. And then I played on this vehicle map, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And there's one. First of all, the sound design on these vehicles is amazing. There's their tank vehicle has this incredible design where it's got these two big rocket arms, and when you boost, they fold inward and jet out
That's
behind.
pretty rad sounding.
Amazing noise. Yeah, it's great.
All right. Nice and easy.
It's just got real. Do you want to surrender? Not surrender. Retreat and reload with your thing. Yeah. And they have another vehicle called the Pike, and it is so they nailed the name because it is a very fish-like, and it's kind of the maneuverable.
Name for the fish and not the weapon.
Yes, name for the fish. Definitely, it definitely is a fish-like bike that you're on.
Okay, a fish bike.
It's
bike pike.
Fish bike, a fish bike pike.
Right.
And it's kind of like the maneuverable weapon it's got a big old machine gun on it, and its thing is that you can dash from side to side, and kind of evade stuff really well. And I was chasing this guy down, and I was trying to get at him, and I was like zigzagging away from his rockets, and zigzagged into a rock, flipped up the rock. In my head I was like, I wonder if you can dash in the air. Dashed in the air. Dash animation. The thing does a spin flip and jolts to the side. I land and just wreck this tank. It was amazing. I was like, I was pretty bummed out. Not bummed. I was not anticipating this game, and there were several.
I think all of us were really cold on Destiny going into that event.
Well, I was even cold when you guys were excited.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
I've gone around the whole arc, and I didn't enjoy it.
Didn't you said?
No,
Well,
no.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
I wonder.
My criticisms of the game, at least personally for me, are pretty severe in terms of what I look for in a game.
Okay, I'm curious.
So, I mean, full disclosure, I haven't played any of the versus multiplayer because, for the most part, that sort of thing is not really my jam, especially in something that claims to be like a large-scale exploratory single-player / co-op experience. Like, I'm not being down on the multiplayer, largely because I haven't played it, but also because if I'm just evaluating the game for my levels of enjoyment, the multiplayer is... Yeah, exactly. The multiplayer is not a thing that I would evaluate. And I'm also taking into account the fact that this is an alpha. Well, it's a... No, they're calling it an alpha. It's a pre-release...
beta.
Yeah, it's a pre-release beta demo. But in playing it, there is a lot of stuff that just straight doesn't work for me personally. There's no map, which means that the spaces feel flabby and undirected. There's no sense of where you are.
You use like the weird ghost thing that gives you waypoints?
Yeah, but in order to do that, you have to slow to a walk and pull out a hand animation to see the next waypoint. The combat feels great, but the combat encounters are ostensibly identical over and over and over.
My question is, do you think that's a thing that changes? Like, you would also say that if you played the same area of the Halo games.
That's true, but at the same time, even when playing the same area of the Halo games, though, Austin, or playing several similar VATS encounters in the Fallout overworld or something, there is enough of a difference to the rhythm of individual encounters that makes them interesting for me, or even Borderlands.
That's not true for me in Borderlands. And the only thing that changes for me in Borderlands is what gun I'm using. And that's like my big beef with Borderlands, is that combat, to me, all of those encounters just feel the same to me.
Okay, so in that case, it feels
up my guns. In which
it feels very much like that in Destiny for me.
Fuck, there was one dude left and he got me.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah.
So these massive open spaces don't really count for much for me if I've got no grounding of myself within them.
Right.
Otherwise, it essentially just feels like you've been dropped in the middle of 4 enormous fields and you don't really know your position in them. There is no sense of... it's really hard to tell where loot is on the ground. Really, the only indication that you get that you're in vertical commas looting something is that it appears in the top right.
Right, I'd seen it in the Giant Bomb video too, for sure.
But my major criticism comes with this sort of free roam exploration questing system, which is so rote as to almost be laughable, and the missions repeat. They're drawn from a pool, and you gather them.
Those ones, right. Not the story ones, which are written.
I didn't really like the story ones.
That is a thing where I'm not sure it makes sense to... Oh, hold up. Yes, I can hire back the people I lost.
Nice, great.
And recapture a Tusken warrior.
So here's the... I played about 75 minutes of the exploration part, no missions, and about another hour of matchmaking. And I would say that I had probably 5 major encounters, and three of the 5 felt totally unique in terms of the way that they were presented. Like I had two. One of them sticks out of my mind as being like so different as to be a different genre of game. Like I was outside in an open field, and that was or like a plain type area, and that was what a lot of the game was up to that point. Did you lose this guy?
I lost them both because I died and got captured, but I went to the nearest cantina and they were there, so I just re-recruited them for free. That's what I was about to say.
Oh, great.
So
okay, perfect.
That's kind of how that works out.
And so there was this indoor section. So I did 2 encounters outside, and one of them was like I was ambushed and kind of was fending these guys off after a surprise attack. One of them was I saw them and scoped them out and was like, okay, I'm gonna sneak up on these guys and shoot them all. And then I got into this building area, and the game got really dark, and the enemies got like scufflier.
Isn't that?
And they started.
That sounds like
that's
a story
scripted
mission to
moment
me.
in the story mission.
No, this is not a story mission. I was in the exploration.
Keith, this is what I'm saying. The exploration mode includes a lot of the same enemy scripting tags from the story missions.
Stuff.
So essentially, if you go to the same place, which I almost guarantee that you did, even though the story stuff isn't happening and the story won't continue, the enemy script triggers remain the same. So you get essentially scripted encounters from the stories.
It didn't. That's the thing. It didn't seem like a scripted encounter so much as a bunch of dudes in a dark building. But it was different enough to be.
It wasn't like the story mission earlier in the game?
I had not played any story mission.
Oh, well, you should play that story mission and see if it's the same.
I cannot do that.
Oh, do you not have that anymore? Is it?
No, the beta's over.
I thought that they said they were extending it. That they should keep trying to log into it. They said.
All I know is that it was supposed to end 2 days ago and ended last night.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if they've said anything else on top of that.
But like literally, so like the free roam missions are something like you'll find a beacon seemingly in an arbitrary place, and the beacons have different icons over them to indicate what sort of mission they are. And somebody will say, "Hey, I'm the person. Like, we need to know what the enemy's like here." So you'll get a waypoint. And you'll drive for 10 minutes across the map to a place, fighting some enemies occasionally, and then you follow your waypoint to a place on the top of a building. Not even necessarily like a high point in the sense of Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs, just a top of a building. And you stand there for 7 seconds while a bar fills up, and then that's that mission complete.
Fucking these colonists don't want to pay their taxes, you guys. Also, they didn't give me my weapons? What the actual fuck? Also,
maybe you lost. You were captured.
No. Oh. No, because I then beat those guys with my weapons.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna.
You must have gotten ambushed, and that happens sometimes.
Oh, that's bad.
Like, sometimes you get ambushed, and you're like, "Oh, have this." Yeah, this is bad, dude. You should get that.
I should.
Can you retreat? You can't. You probably can't retreat.
No. Upon this knocked unconscious by Jay Cody. Yeah, there you go, Jay.
Good work, Jay. Who is now just standing motionless over the body.
Rebel colonists knocked unconscious by militia. And these guys are quick.
Is knocking them unconscious really good?
Yes.
I don't know if we can capture these rebel colonists. Oh, that's probably why they don't want to pay, because this is a rebel planet that we took over.
Oh, okay. That exactly makes sense.
You can't shoot me. You can't shoot me.
Serpentine. It's the only time it's ever worked.
I think we won?
So.
Yeah, we won.
No, you won. Yeah, nice. Nailed it.
I have this picture of Han Solo, cause.
Oh, you have a bunch of money now. Look at that.
That's because I've been collecting taxes for Ragua.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a chunk of it. I think.
Holy that is a lot. Look at that. Look at those credit lists there.
My
god.
I could just say screw him and defect, right?
Yeah, you could.
It's not worth enough. If it was like 10 grand, I would think about it.
Oh, this is for that other guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's somewhere else? I don't remember where.
I made the mistake of doing a mission for Mon Mothma. Mon Mothra, and what that giant moth monster said was,
"Get Raxus Prime."
Raxus Prime is a
dump.
Yeah, this place is literally a dump. Prime? This is their prime?
Anyway, yeah, Jack, I that's frustrating to hear. Like, I obviously believe you that it didn't go as well as you'd hoped. I'm curious about a couple things. Like, one, that also strikes me as being similar to my beef with, like, Diablo, which is a game, like, that whole genre is a genre of thing that I try every few years to get myself to like, and can't.
I liked Diablo 3, but not more than one playthrough.
I didn't even finish the one.
It was also my first Diablo.
Oh, Bosk is here. Go ahead. What were you? Sorry.
I think I played Diablo 1 and 2 when I was like comparatively young and didn't really understand them.
Sure.
But then about 2 years ago, I guess with its release, I got really into Torchlight 2, and I like Torchlight. The Torchlight series is super fun to me.
So yeah, I'm curious, and if I would like to.
I wonder how.
Go ahead.
I wonder how much it has to do with the fact that I went in super cold on Destiny and didn't like it until I started playing it, and felt like how good the shooting was, and saw how fun force pushing was.
Did you pick out? You made a warlock.
Yeah, I was a warlock. Yeah, and that was great. That was fantastic.
I'm also curious. Ooh, shipyard. I'm gonna check out what's at the shipyard.
And Jack, you were pretty hot on it going in.
No, I was pretty hot on it. Like, so I'd gotten excited about it during the show. Like, it had been completely off my radar beforehand. It wasn't something that I'd been anticipating for a while. It was
right. Well, that's what I mean. You were, but like immediately before playing it, you were like, "Ooh, now I get to play Destiny," and I went into it kind of being like, "I've got to play Destiny to figure out what the fuck this thing's about that people are excited about, and I don't understand why."
I mean, at the end of my first stream, I said, "Oh, I'm concerned that it might start feeling too rote after a while," and there's no, and it super did.
I'm curious if playing in multiplayer will help.
This is what I was going to say, Austin. It's like I really didn't like Borderlands until I played it multiplayer.
That's the same thing with me.
And then it kind of came alive.
Right.
Yeah, and that my other thing. I wasn't playing multiplayer, but I was playing with two friends on. They were sitting next to me while I was playing it.
Yeah, no,
so
I was playing with Alex, and it didn't do much for either of us. But like, so and a good co-op system can mask a lot of
I just realized I haven't
problems
forever.
With quite rote gameplay. The other thing is, it might be good as a and I can't see myself spending £60 on it, but it might be good as a like a rote box ticky sort of game. Sometimes I like to play box ticky sort of games. So what I was going to say is we're only going to in the alpha we only play what is apparently just a tiny chunk of the content, not just in terms of missions, but in terms of like the open
areas and I mean, if you look at that map in that developer video, there's like 20 or like 10 or 15 planets, right?
However, though, Austin, what I was going to say was that doesn't mean shit if the content if the gameplay doesn't work. However, all it means is that the tone of the boxes I'm ticking is slightly different every time.
Right. Well, and with a game that game is really pretty, and I don't want to discount that. Like, I'm not Mr. Graphics, like in terms of we've been over this. Like, totally. I saw that Last of Us and GTA up like the next gen versions of those, and they literally don't look different to me because I don't know. Something's wrong with me. But if I get to see a bunch of cool, differently designed planets, that will do something for me. If those designs are actually interesting. And again, that was my other beef with Borderlands. Is like that place is flat and boring to me. Or at least as far as I played through Borderlands 1, which was like 12, 15 hours, and like the 10 hours I played in Borderlands 2 was also mostly like I don't like the design of that world. So if this gives me that shit with better world design, then I might be in.
So part of my problem with the world design is that it comes down to this lack of any sort of centering of myself within the world as a character, and I don't mean that in a narrative sense, I mean that in a kind of purely sort of game feel mechanically way, in which it just sort of ends up feeling like, like I guess if the camera is aligned right and this view here is pretty, but at the same time I'm so sort of floundering in the space that it's hard to and it feels super MMO-y in that there's no sense of rhythm or pacing to enemy encounters in that they're just sort of
world, right?
Yeah, it's literally as though they've just randomly dropped a spread of actors down into the open world. Like character.
I'll say this though for the game is that you can jump off a hill and spawn your bike while you're falling.
Ooh,
yeah, so there you go.
True. Yo, why is the Republic Galactic Empire battle happening right next to Nal Hutta? That seems like a bad thing.
The Hutt cartel is
neutral. You said?
Is sort of sometimes neutral. Sometimes they will be at war with one or the other, but it is the Republic is a game about. I mean, the Empire Rebel fight is a game about territory.
Right.
The Hutt game is about cash.
Right. Are you just saying this? Are you just talking out of your ass because that sounds really good?
No. It says that in the description of the Hutta thing. Yeah. It also does sound really good.
Where is Ragu at? Where is Ragu? He's supposed to be here. Oh no, he's at the outpost, right? So, that's just a fleet. Did you see how expensive ships were? I was looking at ships.
Yeah, they're super
earlier.
expensive.
They're super expensive.
One of them was 12,000 credits.
Yeah, great.
How many credits do we have currently?
Like
At
none.
his max, Austin had 2,000.
I have 3,000 right now.
3,000. There you go. Are you still trying to get back to that man though?
Yeah, that big man.
Yeah, that big man. Who's that big man?
Who's that big man? Good luck, Allie, on your interview right now.
Oh, good luck, Allie.
She's not,
Yeah, good luck.
Probably not listening, but
She's probably listening while we're.
right.
Um,
Here we go. Oh, he's
yeah. So if I would eventually find that game to be rote, I did not play long enough for that to be the case.
Right. Oh, so
and
fun.
the matchmaking was super fun.
Mm.
And I don't know. I mean, I think that you and I kind of approach games differently, Keith, in that your kind of Crusader Kings tactic is like, get all the land.
Right.
Like, own it. And mine is kind of like, what's happening here? Is there
Well,
something
I can do
small
both.
happening in this-
I
in this
definitely do
corner?
both of those.
Yeah, but isn't your strategy of choice generally like sort of large scale?
To be fair to me, the one time that we streamed my file was the one time that I just had all these revolts and couldn't stop warring. But generally, generally no. I happened to have a gigantic empire, but I'm very much involved with the intrigue of my court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at that point, that stuff, the wars is a thing to occupy my time between when interesting things are happening in my realm.
Oh, this is that place with the crash ships. Okay. Oh wait, wasn't it also Tatooine? That's weird.
Hey, made this game for free.
Right. That's true.
Quelaag's
They did do that.
Yeah, I'm sure the amount of work that they put in this was gigantic.
I can't imagine setting out to do something like this.
Yeah. And then
No
like
funding.
and going into it being like, this is a thing that will always be something that we're not paid for.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
this is not an investment. This is not like, oh, maybe we'll.
Yeah.
No.
I'm doing this because it doesn't exist and I want it so bad.
Right. Exactly.
And it's exactly it turned out almost exactly the way that I wanted it to.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. There are things, but
Right, Tatooine Moon.
I'm not clear at how many of those things were because of Warband and how many were because of the mod.
That's fair. I'm gonna recruit these guys, and then I'm gonna land because I have to find that shady dude who's supposed to be here. Wait, there's no one here at all. There's also
You might be at night when no one's around. So you
wait,
turn more.
or whatever.
Yeah. Watch out for that big ship that's next to you too.
Who's that big ship?
Big ship.
What does it say? You are not viewing any hollow.
I failed a thing. A mission, Keith.
Oh man.
I didn't get it done in time. It's gonna be.
Maybe it's one of the shorter timed missions.
Yeah, I should pay more attention.
Is that nervous man?
It's gonna
Because
be
that's
nervous man, isn't it? I'm gonna get off my. Use the old Star Wars. Run your ship into a.
Where did I park my ship?
Oh, wait, how do I get off the ship?
just
Also?
press F. You look at it.
Oh,
And press
there
F.
it is. There it is. Yeah, here's nervous man. Hey, nervous man.
Are you this guy? No. Oh, close up, hammering on the plastic pistol is super effective.
Right, he's right in front of me, so I'm not gonna miss.
Right.
That's the thing that's the hardest for me to get used to with this. Actually, is that blaster pistols don't need to. They're not bows, so I don't have to wait for them to like zoom in all the way before I get full range on
Well,
them.
when you're shooting farther away, you do.
I know, but with a bow, if you just like tap it, the arrow doesn't go that far.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not even
so close
worth
up.
it.
So yeah, it's all about accuracy, not about
Right.
actually making it work.
Right. Exactly. Okay, what was my other quest, guys? Oh, taxes. I have to return taxes. Right. My boss was gonna be mad at me about that. What the fuck ever. Okay.
Why is he gonna be mad?
Because I didn't find his deserters in time or whatever.
Oh, so you had to collect taxes and fine?
No, I've been like
So these are requests.
I have
Okay.
3 different quests basically.
Yeah.
Meeting with Rogua. Yeah, what's up? Here are all the taxes. Boom. He likes me 7 now.
Awesome.
Man, I made 625 credits. That's pretty good.